Hello, and thank you for coming in. Today's word for the day is, it's not your job to like me, it's my job. Today I'm going to be making some crowd pleaser, also known as tamale pie. And the ingredients are ground turkey, green onion, black pepper, whole kernel corn, black beans, and the star of the show, paste picante sauce in medium. You can use hot, but I'm using medium. Some tahini, cumin, parsley flakes, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, Jiffy cornbread mix. Going to be using eggs and milk to mix this up, but you already know about that. Directions on the side panel. And some Mexican cheese. Also, I have tomato sauce and tomato paste. I might use it and I might not, but I like to have it a betiko just in case. All right, so now we're gonna get to work. Okay, so now we're just gonna brown the ground turkey with the chopped onions. Then we're gonna drain it, and then we're gonna add all the spicy ingredients to it. And I'm making a large pot of this because I need to take it to a neighbor who's having an event. And I'm also going to make a small pot of it, or rather a small pan of it, for myself, because I know that it's going to be delicious. And I don't want to eat out of her pot. I remember one time when I was living in the old house, and one of my neighbors had a funeral, and I think it probably was, actually I think I had made the same thing. Seemed like I had made the same thing. And when I went over there, I was taking her a pot of I was taking like a donation for the funeral, or you know how when people have a funeral and then a lot of people take food over there to the house. Okay, well, I had already eaten out of this pot, out of this pan. But it was a large pan of food and everything, and that's what I had, so I went ahead and took it over there anyway. So I want you to tell me, I'm sure I don't need you to tell me that that was bad manners, but tell me, do you think, like if somebody did that to you, if somebody bought you a pan of food but they had already eaten out of it, would you say how dare that person and just dump it in the trash, or would you just go ahead and serve it to your people? So I always wondered about that. But this time, you know, I already knew ahead of time, so I went and got the ingredients and everything. So I will not be eating out of the pot, the pan. And yes, I'm using the knife. This knife is not very sharp. This is how I always do it. I don't use the food processor because I don't have good luck with those things. And you know I'm always buying the cheap stuff, right? So maybe if I got an expensive one, it would make sense and it would do what I wanted to do instead of just doing what it wanted to do. But I'm not going to spend a lot of money on one because I don't want to. And I don't want nobody to buy me one either because they take up too much space on the counter. And I don't want to be so bothered. So here I am cutting the onion with my own fingertips. So once this gets browned really nicely, I will drain it, and then I will come back and we'll start putting in the seasonings and everything, and also the green onions. Okay, so I'll see you in a few moments. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the paste picante sauce to the ground turkey and onions. I just drained it. Then I have another small jar in the refrigerator. This one is hot. So shake it up a little bit. Put a little bit of that in there. I should have put this in first, but I forgot. And it doesn't expire until next year anyway, so it's all good. So I'm just going to cut up a little bit of these green onions to put in there and save some for later so that I can use it for garnish. And you know, I forgot I was going to get some radishes for garnish, but I forgot. So I'm just going to use some of these. And I was going to get some cilantro, but I forgot too. But sometimes I forget stuff on purpose because I'm a very cheap person and I don't always like to spend money on stuff. Even though those two things are very cheap anyway, so I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna put a little water in here and get all the rest of this out of here. Just a little bit because it's really not much of anything left in there anyway. You didn't know I was a whistler, did you? Now you know. Now you know. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here, and then I think I'm gonna use some tomato paste and put that in there. What am I looking for? Cup for the water. And I have to be very careful because this kitchen is small. And I don't want to trip over the cord, fool around and bust my banana boat. That was about a cup of water right there. Alright, so now I'm going to sprinkle some cumin. Not gonna pour, I'm gonna sprinkle. Well, actually, I think I will pour a little bit. Well, I'm still sprinkling, but it's on the pour side. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna put a little bit of tahini, not much because I put the paste already, so I don't want to put too much of that in there. And I used to have a favorite onion powder. I used to have a favorite seasoning package that I would use. And if I had it, I probably would use about, since I used 6 pounds of ground turkey, I might use about 6 packages of that seasoning mix. But I noticed recently that this is some chili powder. I noticed that it has a different taste to it, and I'm not really liking the way it's tasting anymore. I don't know if they changed the recipe or not, but I also know that as we get older, we can develop, this is garlic powder, we can develop allergies to certain things that we didn't, that didn't bother us before. So anyway, that seasoning package is tasting a little weird to me lately, so I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and use my own discernment and put the seasonings in myself and see how fantastic it comes out. But I gotta be mindful not to put my germs into this pot, because most of it is going out to my neighbor, and I don't want to put my own germs in here. So I have to make sure I use a different spoon every time I taste it. Now I'm going to put a little bit of parsley flakes in there. I'm going to open that up and just pour it in there a little bit, not too much. And now I'm going to, I meant to open that corn before I came to the camera. But since I didn't, so how's everybody doing on this wonderful Sunday evening? This video is kind of impromptu because I'm going to drain the water off this corn. Most of it anyway. I wasn't really planning on making this video, because the next thing I'm supposed to be doing is the sticky licky ribs. But I said, you know what? Since I'm making this, why not go ahead and do a video? Because this is one of my favorite things, and I don't cook it very often. But my sister told me about this recipe many, many, many years ago. We were probably in our 20s. And she told me about this recipe. She said it's a crowd pleaser. So I made some, and I took it to work one time, because we used to have these wonderful potlucks at work. And everybody liked it and everything. And I remember one time I made some dressing. We was having a Christmas luncheon, a Christmas potluck. Okay, here's the black beans. And I made some dressing, and it was such of a hit that one of the directors of the place that I used to work loved it so much, and he wanted the recipe and everything. It was my mother's recipe, where she would put turkey inside of the cornbread and other seasonings and stuff. So I gave him the recipe. But as the years go by, it seemed like I just can't make dressing good anymore. It's so funny to me. It was just, I used to make it really nice, and now it's just coming out all, ugh. That's just not good. So anyway, turn this down a little bit. I think I'm going to put the tomato paste in there. Not the sauce, but the paste. And then after that, we'll check out the consistency. And if necessary, I'll go ahead and put the sauce in there too. So what's your favorite thing to cook? What do you cook that people love to eat, and they just rant and rave and ask for the recipe, and they ask for you to bring it next time we having a potluck? Can you bring that? What's your specialty? And if you don't have one, what is it that you wish that you could cook so well that people tomato paste instead of water? What do you wish that you could cook so well and bring to the family reunion or the Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner, and people would say, please, please, can you make that? Oh, and another time, there was this lady named Pat on my job, and she told me how to make ambrosia, which is some kind of a it's like a fruit salad that has walnuts and whipped cream in it and apples, and it's really, really good. And I haven't made that in 1,000 years. But another thing that she told me about was these special potatoes. And you put sour cream and onions, and cheese in it. It's really simply au gratin potatoes. Really, that's what it is, I think, with onions in it. But it's really good, and my family really likes it when I make that and take it for Christmas. Really good, really simple, not expensive, really nice. And I learned that from Pat as well. Way back when I was in my 20s. And I was, taking stuff to, when we used to have those work potlucks for Christmas. So those special potatoes and the ambrosia. That ambrosia, my God, it was good. And I don't know why I haven't made that in so long. Well, now I know I'm not making it because the kids are not here. I can't remember if the kids liked it, but I know I sure did. Maybe that's why I don't make it, because maybe they don't like it. Okay, so I'm going to give this a taste and see if I need to put... First, I'm going to turn it down a little bit and let it simmer. Let that simmer. Taste it and see if I... Oh, I didn't put any black pepper in there. So I put everything on that side to start, and then just put it over there. After I finish, that'll let me know what I already used, So now I'm going to go ahead and taste it in a minute. I might put the rest of that paste picante in there, because this is a lot of meat. This is 6 pounds of ground turkey, minus 6 pounds minus the fat that I drained off and the water that I drained off. But when my sister told me this recipe, she didn't put any beans in there. I just put them in there because beans are good for you, and there you go. But she put the corn, but she didn't put the beans. That's just... I think this is the first time I ever put beans in there. But beans are good for your heart and good for your soul. So let's taste. See if we need anything. I don't want you to see my face because I got on my pickaninny braids. It's good. I think I need... I'm going to put a little bit of minced garlic in it. And I'm going to put a little bit of put that much garlic in it. And a little bit more garlic. Okay, and I'm just going to put some of the seasoning salt in it. Seasoned salt. And the other seasoned salt, I noticed it has some... I got a big old jar of it at the Dollar Tree store. And I noticed that it had some MSG in it. So I have to be mindful now of just even seasoning salt to make sure I don't get that. This one got sugar in it. And plenty of it, because that's the second ingredient. How about that? So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there, not too much. And when they say spices, and you don't know what spices that they put in there, how do we know they didn't put any MSG in there? How? I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there. But no, I know what. Let me taste it. I might put some more, I'm gonna put some more paste picante in there. So let me get a clean spoon. You know, if I was just cooking this for me, I'd just be tasting it probably with this spoon right here. You want a little bite? That's good. Yes, that's good. But I think I'm gonna put some more paste in there. A little bit more paste picante. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna just put all of it in there. Bam! Bam! Yeah. Don't hold back on the paste picante, people. This stuff really works wonders. Yes. Then the cheese just really kicks it off really nicely, you know. You can kind of really make this could be like a meal. You could put a little bit of salad on the side of it if you want to. Or you could put a real vegetable like green beans or something like that on the side of it. Even some corn if you feel like it. So I'm gonna give it another taste. See if I need anything. And the paste has the I'm gonna try. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't think I need to put anything else in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to finish it off in the morning because it's getting late and I'm getting hot and tired. So I'll come back and finish in the morning, I guess. I'll figure it out. Okay, here are the finished pans of tamale pie, also known as crowd pleaser. I did use 4 packages of Jiffy cornbread using the instructions on the package, just quadrupled the recipe. So I'm going to put them in the oven for about an hour, and then we'll take it out and put the garnish on. All right, I'm going to sprinkle the cheese on top of the meat and then let it cool off, and then in the morning I'll just go ahead and mix up the Jiffy cornbread mix and pour it on top and bake it, and then I will take it over to my neighbor's house after that. Lots of cheese, because even though I don't like cheese on my hamburgers, cheese really makes certain things taste really good, like cheese enchiladas and and tamale pie. Okay, I'm back, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually throw some of those green onions on top for garnish. I should have probably sprinkled them on top before I baked it, and that would look much better. So anyway, oh, I wanted to say also, I did cook it for about an hour and 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes, I put the foil on top of the pie so that it wouldn't get too dark. And also stick a toothpick in your pie. If the toothpick comes out clean, then it's done all the way through. If it's still wet from the cornbread, then you know you need to cook it some more. All right, so let's go ahead and break this one over here open. I think I'll pick it up. Pick it up. And put it inside the camera like that so you can see how it looks. Okay, I think I put too much cornbread on the top. I'm mad now. But you can trust and believe that it will be eaten and it will be delicious. And the big pie has a deeper, the meat is deeper in the large pie, so hopefully it won't be too much cornbread on there. But I can't open it because I have to take it to the people. So that's how it looks. And you might be able to see the cheese over there, right there, and everything. But my little pie is just for myself, and the bigger pie is going to be better than that. But let me see. Now, what did I do? Oh. Okay, if that don't look right, I'll just take them off. What say you? Leave them there, or take them off? I don't know, I gotta think about it. Oh, let me taste it in front of you. Not that you are gonna actually know if I'm telling the truth or not, but I'll go ahead and get a little taste. I don't want to show you my face though, because I still got them pickaninny braids in my head. Definitely a crowd pleaser. Oh yeah. Got a nice little kick back in there from the paste picante. Hot. And see, what looks like it might be too much cornbread is really not, because when you get that cheese on there, the cheese is right there next to the cornbread, and the meat is right there next to it, just waiting to be had and everything. So I call this a 10 out of 10, a crowd pleaser. I'm very proud to go ahead and present this to my neighbor. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Bye bye.